Hey guys, what's up? Rob Shoecraft here with 3 Storm Fitness, and today I'm going to go through, basically I just kind of went through my gym and looked around and see what I have in here for, that could be purchased for $10 or less, that I think that through personal training for the last 4 years and then just training myself for a while longer, these are just little devices and doodads and fitness gear, whatever you want to call it, kind of varies a little bit, that I think, I would say are must-haves or at least strongly suggested haves, especially for those who have their own gyms or maybe have crowded gyms or gyms don't have a lot of stuff exactly when they want it, kind of some workarounds you can do for all sorts of different environments. Everything under $10 or at least like right at $10, right around there. So in no particular order, like I said, I just kind of walked around and gathered some stuff. I'm sure after this video I'll think of like 15 other things, but let's go ahead and start off with a lacrosse ball. All right, you can find like massage balls that are like $15. They're basically just lacrosse balls. Lacrosse balls are awesome for SMR, self-myofascial release, for the price, okay? Think about it as, so first of all, I think this was $2.99 or $2.50 or something. I buy them in bulk. I give them to all my clients. And then, well, I'll get to more in a second. But basically, anything that maybe half-drunk amateur massage therapist could do, this can do. Imagine if for $2.99 you could hire a massage therapist that would do whatever you told them to do and had really kind of weird, big, ugly hands. But for $3 you'd have them for a lifetime. That's kind of what lacrosse ball is. So you kind of got to know what you're doing, where to put it, but you can work, once you get into it, you can really work out some serious knots and kind of and help in your quest to gain mobility, whatever the heck that means for you. Range of motion, let's call it. Pain-free range of motion. I made a little interactive table on my website that I think I have like 50 different, I have like 1 million videos on this channel, and a huge bulk of them go to just little things you can do with a lacrosse ball. I'll put a link in the comments eventually, not in the comments, in the description, where you can go there and kind of search based on what your ailment or problem is or area that you want to work. And there's a bunch of lacrosse ball exercises for it. Dr. Kelly Starrett is kind of a big proponent of lacrosse balls, although I'm sure a bunch of people were probably doing it before him, but he's the loudest speaker for it. That's why I first heard about it. So lacrosse balls, get one. What next? Let's go ahead and talk about, yeah, you gotta have one of these bands. This is a serious steel band. I've had it for 2 years at least now, maybe 3. This is like a full-size band. I don't know exactly what the dimensions are, but they're right around $10. Elite FTS makes them, Spud makes them, Rogue makes them, freaking everybody makes them. They're probably all done in the same factory too. I don't know. But there's so many different uses for these. They come in all sorts of different sizes, and I have just about every size. I mean, you could do them for powerlifting, for like accommodating resistance and things like that, but in order to really do that properly, you need more than $10 worth in most cases. So I want to show you some things you can do with them. I'm just going to kind of wing it. First of all, band pull-aparts. These alone are worth the price, okay? If that's too much resistance for building your upper back and stuff, I mean, you can do these every day. I do these literally every day, I'd say. You can start single level, just one band, okay? If that feels good, double it up. If that feels good, you can quadruple it up. All right, you have several different resistance levels in there just for band pull-aparts alone. Like I said, that is worth the $10. There's 7,000 other things you could do with these though. You could do face pulls. Okay, I've had this doubled up, basically drive it back. Face pulls with external rotation, whatever. You could do tricep kickbacks from here. You could do curl variations. You can do tricep kickbacks from the top. Let's say that that's not enough resistance for you. No problem, just quadruple it up and do single arm kickbacks one at a time. I guarantee you'll get a sweet pump going. That's just one stupid little $10 band, and there is just limitless potential with tons of other things you can do. I can make 50 videos on this little piece of equipment alone. Get you one. There's another thing you can do, another piece of equipment. Maybe I'll combine these two. This little nylon strap. This one right here is it's a little heavy duty option. It's made by Spud Inc. It's called the Endless Loop, and it's just a piece of nylon stitched with, like, I don't know, double, triple stitch, which has at least a 300-pound rating. And I don't know exactly what I do with these things, but I use them. I know I use them multiple times a day, all the time. I have them attached all over my gym. I got one here. I got another one here. I got them all over. I just loop them around my power rack posts or whatever, and I run like resistance tubes. I could probably add these to the list too, but I don't really know exactly how much they cost. I can't remember, but these are handy to have around. Resistance tubes. Now, if you just put resistance tubes around a power rack, in no time, this is when I was stupid, they're just gonna get worn down. It's like putting surgical tubing on steel and rubbing it together. That's basically all this stuff is. They're gonna rub down. But if you take one of these little straps, run it through, it's gonna keep it. I think you can see that. I mean, it's not rocket science what I'm doing. I'm just running it through this loop here. And you get a lot more life out of your tubes, out of your bands, out of your power ropes or battle ropes. Same thing. Just run it through a loop with the power rack. Run the rope through there, and you're not going to have that rope running against the power rack. You're going to have a little more forgiveness. Another thing you can do with these. First of all, I don't know. Can you see this here? Let me freaking camera. Basically, I got TRX suspension set up here, and I got one of those nylon straps running through it. Carabiner just clips onto it. Just use your imagination. If you want to do like landmine stuff, poor man's landmine stuff, okay? You get this option. Just imagine, right? Now, if you're loading up heavy, I will tell you, this is going to screw your grip up a little bit. It's going to cut in. I got an answer for that in a second. It's going to bite in a little bit. If you are just using this and you don't have the handles I'm about to show, no problem. I recommend starting with your grip with kind of your fingers splayed as you bite down, and then fold in. For whatever reason, it just kind of increases the surface area of your hand, and it's going to be a little less cutting, especially if you're doing like neutral grip pull-ups with it or something. After a few of those things, they're gonna hurt. But I mean, they can be done. It's not that bad. You can get some gloves or whatever for probably less than 10 bucks too. Okay, that's another thing you can do with these. Now, if you have some handles, these handles here. So if your gym has like nice metal handles, or you get some good, like Spud makes great handles. I'm plugging Spud like crazy today. But whatever, there's millions of companies that make these things. This is these are Black Mountain. These came with my resistance tubes, but I use them all the time for connecting to my pulleys and landmine stuff. And it doesn't really matter that much. These are like heavy PVC, so they're not going to be as good as the steel ones, okay? I mean, they're not, but they're also a lot cheaper. I think these were like 15 bucks. I know this company, I think Body Elastic is a company that makes them for like $8 for a pair, and then you could do stuff like this. Basically, if you have a strap, first of all, you can do all those band exercises. You can add different grips to them. Just use your imagination there. But you also have, let's say we have a landmine here, and of course you could just grip it and rip it. But if you want to vary things, or you want to have a nicer grip, this is not suggestive at all, is it? What you can do is just run these through. First of all, you could run one through, like that. Boom, put this over. voila, right? Or you could have 2. And this is just a single example. Like I said, there's a million things you could do with these. How do I freaking get this thing? Use your brain. You need to sell these at Cracker Barrel. That was really dumb. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. All my efforts going into making just amazing content and not figuring out these idiot tests. Okay, put that on there like that. Boom. Now we have, kind of a neutral grip variation. Okay? That's just an example of stuff you could do with the strap. Again, there are a million other things. $5. Probably cheaper if you go to the hardware store and get one. $8. Okay, so what else we have? This may seem like a cop-out, but this might be the most important piece on there. A pad and a paper. You go to the dollar store, you probably get both of these for $2 or less. A pad and a paper, a pad of paper and a pen or a pencil, I don't care, chalk, whatever. Have this in your gym. You may, let's say I don't want to get into the details of why it's important to track what you do in the gym, or maybe you get somebody's phone number, you want to write it down, whatever. Have something to take notes on. Yeah, I know you have your phone with you, but sometimes you don't. Whatever. This is just like a backup plan. If you have your phone, some people just prefer old school. Maybe they like to write down. It feels good writing down what they did. For those folks, you probably already have a pad and paper, but if you don't, just get an extra one in your gym. It's so cheap. And for days where your phone's not working or whatever, you forget it, it's in the locker, whatever the case may be, you will be able to track your workout rather than saying, oh, I'll just remember, and then you come in the course of the next week and you're like, oh, what the heck did I do? I can't remember. Write it down, okay? Cheap, less than $10. Get some. What else we got? I think I got 2 more things here. Sliders, moving sliders. You can get there's exercise equipment that's, of course, anything that's labeled exercise equipment gets extra money thrown on top of what it's actually worth. These are cheap. I think I don't know how much these were. I think I got them in a 4-pack for $12 or something. You can get them individually, you can get smaller ones. It doesn't matter too much. I'm using a bunch of different kinds. These are easy moves. There's so many different slider exercises you could do. For folks working out at home, I mean, this is a great piece of equipment. There's just, for most people, I mean, just the hamstring exercises alone, if you don't have access to a GHD or you can't do a full GHD, or GHR, or whatever, you can do slider exercises with your hamstrings. Here's one. Boom, up. I mean, those are nasty. You can do runners. If you have a band, you could wrap the band around the post, put those behind your ankle, and then have band-resisted sliders. Really hit the hamstrings pretty darn hard. All sorts of fly variations. I mean, go on the internet and see all the 1,001 different exercises you could do with a pair of sliders. Super simple, lightweight, low real estate, cheap piece of equipment with a million uses. Okay? Lastly, why not, right? Ab rollers. This is like a Gold's one. I think there's Walmart selling these. I don't know, I think I got it for $5. Maybe Aldi was selling it. Maybe it was 10. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I know they make even nicer ones than this for $8. I think Da Vinci is the one that gets really good reviews on Amazon. I don't know if there's a much better ab, well, I shouldn't say ab, just ab, but anterior chain exercise than the classic ab rollout. They're fantastic. You guys know what they are. You put this in a gym bag. Every gym probably has one. But just because they're old and cliche and cheap does not mean they're not a fantastic exercise. I'm not going to go into how to use it, why to use it. Just get one and use it to whatever your appropriate resistance level is. Just so you know, here's a variation. Now, this one, I cracked it. I used it forever, and I was trying to do a full out from standing going out, and I just put too much pressure on it and ran it into something. I don't remember how it happened, but I'm not going to go from my toes. But you just go down like this, roll it out, bring it back in. I'm not even sure if you can see me there, but you've seen those. I have another one that I really like called the Ab Carver. I paid a bit more for it, but you don't have to buy the nice one. It's decent, cheap ones you could use the crap out of. Have fun. Guys, that was, I don't know how many things. Anywhere from 5 to 8 different things you could buy for $80 worth of equipment or less. We'll just say that. That I would highly recommend having in your gym, or at least having equivalent access to somewhere. Rob Shoecraft, 3-Star Fitness. If you like videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Drop in a comment. Other equipment that you like that's less than $10, let me know. Stuff you gotta have. So I'm sure I'm missing stuff. I'm sure I'm missing tons of stuff. Let me know. Let's keep this conversation going. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Have a great day.